Florida woman refuses to give up on a missing friend.
And I would call, and I would call, and I would call.
A friend with a bizarre and dangerous addiction.
It's been called cardboard crack.
And he's vanished into thin air.
His house had been cleaned out.
Across the state, a loving mother also disappears,
Her smile would light up a room.
leaving her family in crisis.
It was probably the hardest time of their lives.
Both cases confound the police until one unwavering witness tells all. Early evening in Pembroke Pines, Florida.
The Pines 911 with your emergency.
A woman has vanished.
She has been missing all day. She's nowhere to be found. Her purse is here, her car keys are here, her cell phone is here, and she's missing. Everything is here but her.
What's her name?
Natalie Belmonte. Belmonte.
I'm going to send an officer out to meet with you, okay?
The frantic caller is Natalie's sister, Michaela.
I know Michaela and her were very, very close. They spoke every day.
Natalie is a hard-working real estate agent and loving single mom to 17-year-old Aiden and 21-year-old Gerard, whom she adopted as a child.
She had a very close-knit family.
This morning, Aiden and Gerard woke to find their mother gone. By evening, she still hasn't returned. So they call Michaela.
Michaela knew her sister well enough to know that her sister wasn't gonna leave the house without her phone or her keys or her purse or any of her personal belongings.
Detective Wayne Katz from the Pembroke Pines Police Department heads to the Belmonte home to investigate.
We wanted to talk about Natalie's friends, her comings and goings, where she would go, who she would go see.
Jerry explains that the night before, he and his mom went to a friend's graduation party.
Let's go.
And as always, Natalie really seemed to enjoy herself.
She had a smile that was welcoming. Her smile would light up a room. Anyone that met her had something positive to say about her.
It's nearly 3 a.m. when she drives them home.
He went to bed and she went to bed, and that was the last time that he had seen his mother.
As Detective Katz knows, most missing adults will show up on their own.
Usually the person is shortly thereafter located, and there was maybe some miscommunication between family members.
But Michaela has a sisterly sense that something is very wrong.
There were some things that raised her suspicions that something just didn't seem right.
Now you need to see this.
Starting with Natalie's car.
The way the seat was positioned, it would have been impossible for her to drive the vehicle.
Could be she repositioned to get out more easily. Or someone else was driving her car. Detective Katz is looking for some logical explanation.
We will call our local hospitals. We'll contact the correctional facilities, jails, to determine whether or not they had been arrested.
There's no sign of Natalie anywhere. Next, Katz questions the host of the party, who confirms that Natalie seemed as happy as can be. It's another dead end. Katz asked Jerry for any more information on the hours leading to his mother's disappearance. and he goes on to describe a couple of errands they ran on the way to the party.
He recalled that they had gone to a Walgreens and a Hess gas station, make some minor purchases.
Is it possible the trouble started that early in the evening? If these businesses have security cameras, they might have captured something, or someone suspicious. And there's no one who can find grainy clues better than Detective Steve Wetterer, an expert in surveillance footage analysis. Even if it looks routine, nothing gets past Wetterer.
You have to be vigilant. The slightest movement, the slightest something, you're going to have to stop the video, rewind in case you miss something.
If there are any secrets lurking on the tapes, Detective Wetterer will spot them.
The manager of both of the Walgreens and of the Hess station were able to just burn me copies of the video.
At 7:09 p.m., Wetterer finds just what he's looking for. A glimpse of the missing mother and her son.
I was able to get footage of both of them walking in, both of them inside the stores.
There's nothing out of the ordinary. No unusual activity. Nothing strange or suspicious. And Natalie looks relaxed. The videos confirm a small piece of Natalie's timeline, but nothing more. Katz presses Jerry for more information. Was there anyone at the party or at the house paying special attention to his mom? Jerry does mention his mom could have had post-party plans he didn't know about.
He stated that Natalie's boyfriend was in town and that he and she may have gone out together, and that could have been the reason for her not being able to be contacted.
The boyfriend lives out of state and is in town for only a few days.
He was visiting with his mother, who resides, I believe it was Hialeah.
The same town where the party was, just 11 miles away from Natalie's home. It's the best lead yet, then Katz follows up. It wouldn't be the first time a boyfriend made his girlfriend go missing.
We spoke to him to see if he had spoken with Natalie and if he had heard anything.
Sure on the phone, or if she hasn't called you, no.
He says he knows nothing and was home with his elderly mother all night.
He wasn't with her. He had not seen her and didn't know where she was.
With no evidence to the contrary, Katz has to take the boyfriend at his word, for now. Hours pass without any movement in the case, as the family's anguish only grows. Then a call comes in. That changes everything.
I have some information and I wanted to express some concern about a missing mother and stuff that I got on my video surveillance camera.
The caller is Natalie Belmonte's neighbor. His home is fitted with 2 surveillance cameras, which captured part of Natalie's home.
They had just recently installed the cameras about a month prior to this incident.
Jerry told me that his mom is missing and he's concerned about her.
The neighbors checked the footage, and when he saw what was on it, he knew he had to call police.
I have the video stuff on a thumb drive, and I wanted...
Police are about to get a private viewing of the neighbor's footage and learn how right he was to call. Still to come, a fantasy gamer vanishes in the midst of a hurricane, and his best friend won't stop until she finds him. 43-year-old mother, Natalie Belmonte, has been missing for 18 hours. With her family desperate for answers, police have their first solid lead. Natalie's neighbor has surveillance cameras that cover the front of her home. And the cameras were rolling on the night of her disappearance. Detective Katz cannot wait to see the footage. If Natalie did sneak out to see her boyfriend, or if the boyfriend snuck in to see her, the camera would have caught it.
We put it on a large screen so we could see as much detail as possible.
At 2:50 a.m., they see Natalie's red car come back to the house, just as Jerry described. It's not until 5:12 a.m. that there's more activity.
We saw a figure exit the home. I said, that's a person. That is a human body.
Both detectives instinctively know this must be Natalie's remains.
The hair on the back of our neck is standing up. We all were just sitting there in really disbelief that what we're watching.
After that, he closes the trunk and he leaves.
The shadowy figure in Natalie's red car has turned this missing persons case into a homicide. But who is this man? To find out, police must scour the video, frame by frame. And they declare Natalie's home a crime scene.
The first 48 hours are the most important in any homicide.
The house is sealed off.
And with a killer on the loose, Natalie's sons, Jerry and Aiden, are put up in a motel.
This was an incredibly difficult time for them. Not knowing what could have happened was probably the hardest time of their lives.
While the forensics unit begins sweeping the home for clues, Detective Wetterer pulls an all-nighter with the video.
We're not taking breaks. We're gathering all the evidence. You have to watch it in real time to make sure you don't miss anything.
The tape reveals a figure moving in the distance. But Detective Wetterer can't make out a face. Could this be Natalie's boyfriend? The two cameras contain almost 18 hours of potential evidence. Over 10,000 frames of surveillance. Any one of them could be crucial.
We're going frame by frame, minute by minute, in real time.
The car leaves at 5:16 a.m.
The vehicle returns back a little over 8 minutes later. Parks in the front. Person gets out of the driver's seat. The alarm goes on. That person goes inside the house.
At 6:16 a.m., daylight begins to break, and the images get even clearer.
We see a figure leave the front door carrying a white trash bag, goes back inside, minutes later comes out with 2 more white trash bags, opens up the trunk and puts all 3 of the bags inside the trunk. Closes the trunk and leaves again.
Natalie's car returns 8 minutes later.
So if the vehicle left and was back within 8 minutes, we had a maximum radius of where the vehicle could have went, and that set up our search area.
Police know they are looking for 3 trash bags and a body, and some 20 square miles to cover.
We had to stop the trash pickup and tasked our officers with doing detailed searches. We had waterways, we had fields and wooded areas, shopping centers, and a multitude of areas that needed to be searched.
Suddenly, news comes in from the officers searching the 8-minute zone.
They located a dumpster in a shopping center near the home, and just sitting in the dumpster were these 3 large trash bags. There was sheets and comforters and clothing with blood on them.
Wetterer looks around. There must be a camera somewhere. He's in luck. At the rear of a nearby grocery store, a surveillance camera.
I went to the Publix to go pull the video of the back area where the loading dock is.
He cues the video to 6:16 a.m. when Natalie's car was caught leaving her home. Minutes later, he sees it. Natalie's car, driving right past the dumpster at 6:26. Even though the video can't see inside the car or reveal the dumpster itself, investigators are sure the bloody clothes in the dumpster came from Natalie's home, transported in her own car. But the 2 most crucial questions remain. Who was driving, and where's the body?
We were excited to the fact that we located the items that we observed on the video footage, but we're still missing Natalie.
As search teams work tirelessly all around Pembroke Pines, an officer spots something ominous.
There had been some vultures circling the area. Typically with that kind of activity, that's usually some type of decomposition.
This time, it's vultures, not video, that lead police to a gruesome find.
I got the phone call that it appeared to be a woman.
It's a 4-minute drive from Natalie Belmonte's home. to the spot where the body lies. Now, to confirm her identity. Wetter goes back to the surveillance tapes from the night Natalie disappeared to match the dress on the body with what Natalie was wearing the night of the murder. But the tapes hold more than just one revelation. Coming up, an eccentric fantasy gamer disappears until security cameras reveal what was really in the cards. After 3 days of searching for Natalie Belmonte, police have found a woman's body 4 minutes from her home. Is it Natalie? Detective Steve Wetter studies the surveillance tapes from the evening before the murder.
The most important thing is we could see what Natalie Belmonte is wearing when they walk into the Walgreens store and when they walk into the Hess gas station.
Surveillance from the drugstore showed clearly that she was wearing the clothes she was found in.
Just 8 hours later, she would be dead.
It's the last video, the last picture, the last moment that we see Natalie Belmonte alive.
But there's another, more startling discovery. Now they're not looking at Natalie's clothes, but her adopted son, Jerry's.
Those particular plaid shorts and that white polo shirt were two of the items that were inside the garbage bag.
Detectives now have enough to arrest Jerry Lopes. The news tears his family apart.
This is somebody they treated as a brother, as a son, someone they treated as a nephew, someone who they gave a loving home to.
But it's even worse than that, because Jerry is hiding a sick motive.
During the course of the autopsy, we were able to determine that Natalie had been sexually assaulted by Jerry. One family member said that Jerry had this infatuation with Natalie. He always had it from a very young age.
After returning home, Jerry acted on his worst impulses. He then murdered Natalie in shame and crudely disposed of her body and his bloody clothes.
So this was his demented, tormented, delusional mind working.
For him to do something like this is disgraceful, it's disgusting, it's the worst thing that could ever happen to a nice person.
It's not just the security cameras. It's the police skill in interpreting the surveillance footage that caught Jerry Lopes. Lopes escapes the death penalty and is sentenced to life in prison. Natalie Belmonte's killing tore the heart out of a warm and loving family. On the other side of the Sunshine State, police investigate a murder that takes them into a very different world of fantasy and death. It starts with a storm. Hurricane Isaac is heading straight for Pensacola, Florida, and Patty Burke is battening down the hatches.
We live on the water. There's a lot to do to prepare.
But with landfall a day away, there's still time for her lunch date. She's meeting Sean Dugas, an eccentric free spirit and close family friend whom she's known since he was a boy.
He loved people. He loved to get to know them. He wouldn't be telling you about himself. He was interested in the people he was meeting. Sean was very well known in the community because he worked for the Pensacola News-Journal.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Sean Dugas with the Pensacola News-Journal and PNJ.com. It's Wednesday afternoon here on Pensacola Beach, and as you can see behind me, the surf is just roaring out here today.
He was very recognizable. He was tall and slim and had a very eclectic thrift store kind of style.
What's your favorite flavor of moon pie?
Strawberry.
Sean has been looking forward to their get-together. Just that morning, he'd called Patty to confirm.
He asked me if I would still be coming for lunch, and I said I would be.
But oddly, a stranger answers the door and says Sean's not home.
That's very strange because I just spoke to him an hour and a half prior.
So much for their lunch date. The storm hits the next day. Patty comes through it fine and wonders if Sean did too.
I tried to reach Sean every day.
But she can't reach him.
I would call before I went to bed at night. And when I wake up in the morning, I would call and I would call and I would call. Repeated attempts daily. Now I'm worried. I hadn't heard from him in many days.
11 days in all. Finally, Patty checks in on Sean in person.
I peered into the windows and very quickly realized that his house had been cleaned out. The furniture was gone. The only thing remaining in the house was this oversized TV. I was very, very concerned. The first thing that I felt was fear.
It's not like outgoing Sean Dugas to go silent. Maybe the neighbors know something. That's when Patty learns about some strange activity 4 days earlier.
The neighbors told me that a U-Haul was in the driveway and 2 young men were moving all of the items out of the home into the U-Haul. The neighbor asked the man, "What is your name? Who are you?" And he responded, "Will."
Will explained that he and the other man were helping Sean move out and into their place.
The fact that Sean wasn't present didn't make any sense. Sean would never choose to move. There was something very wrong.
Patty's now convinced something bad has happened to her friend. She reports his disappearance to the Pensacola police, but they've got their hands full in the wake of the hurricane. Besides, Sean's a grown man who might have left of his own volition.
Until we have information or evidence that indicates that an actual crime has occurred, it's not necessarily a crime. Sometimes people leave.
But Patty won't let it go. Sean is considerate and extroverted and would never up and leave without telling her.
Witnesses can't recall all the details. So while it was very fresh in my mind, I made the timeline.
She brings it to Detective Daniel Harnett. Hopefully she can persuade him to look into her friend's disappearance. Detective Harnett knew Sean from his days on the crime beat for the Pensacola News-Journal, and he's always respected Sean's work.
He was very persistent. I wouldn't like to say pushy, but he was almost pushy in regards to wanting to, do his job as a reporter.
But there's something about Sean the detective doesn't know. Patty explains that her friend has spent years trawling the underground world of a fantasy role-playing game called Magic: The Gathering. For its fans, it's all-consuming.
All I know is that you use a deck of cards. There are thousands of them. Each of them is a character of some sort. To win the game is to remain alive and kill off all the other players.
It's a never-ending make-believe battle for survival. But some players take it too far.
Magic: The Gathering has been referred to as being very addictive, and it's been called cardboard crack.
Sean's habit has won him some high-end cards.
Each of them has a different value, and I believe the most valuable one is the Black Widow, which Sean had.
In this world, the cards are worth a real-world fortune.
I'd heard estimates from $25,000 to $100,000 on the entire collection.
A motive for foul play? Or maybe Sean took off with his valuables in tow. The detective tries to pick up his trail.
His phone wasn't working, his credit cards weren't being used, all of his belongings are gone, and no one knows where he's gone.
It's as though Sean simply stopped existing.
That is what gave us a lot of red flags. He's completely uprooted himself, and that's kind of difficult to do.
Until real-world surveillance video upends the fantasy land. Fantasy gamer Sean Dugas' home is stripped bare. A man named Will told neighbors Sean was moving in with him. But Sean is nowhere to be found.
The answer lay in finding the men associated with Sean. If I could find them, I could find Sean.
Detectives question Sean's friends and family about any acquaintance named Will. One name keeps coming up: Will Cormier. And he has a twin brother, Christopher. Are they the same two men the neighbor saw moving Sean's belongings in a U-Haul truck? Detective Harnett can't find any known addresses for the twins in Pensacola. So he asked the truck rental company for customer records and surveillance footage. It takes weeks of calling and searching. It's starting to feel like this mystery will never be solved. Then, customer records from U-Haul arrive.
I got those records back, and it gave me some place to go.
The records reveal that it was the Cormier twins who rented the truck.
I have a start place.
The rental was on the same day neighbors saw the two men at Sean's home. But the package contained something even better.
We have the corresponding video of that rental.
The video is from 11:03 a.m., 7 days after Patty and Sean were supposed to have lunch.
We see the brothers coming in and renting the truck.
It's detectives' first glimpse of the Cormier twins. A perfect match of the description provided by Sean's neighbor. And the man on the right is the same one who opened the door to Patty that day.
Inside your own mind, you're high-fiving, and you've initially got the break.
But as he watches, something dawns on him. This is Sean's home move, but there's no Sean in any of the footage. And no cameras capturing them returning the truck. Where have they gone?
It started to become clear that there was something amiss.
If Detective Harnett can find that truck, maybe he'll find the Cormier twins. He scours U-Haul rental records from around the country to see where the truck was returned. The hard work pays off.
That truck was returned at a U-Haul dealership in Winder, Georgia.
400 miles from Pensacola, Florida.
I have Winder, Georgia, and now I have something that I can do.
The U-Haul office in Georgia confirms the truck was indeed returned by someone named Cormier. But not one of the brothers. It was their father, Bill.
So now I had a phone number and I had a relative.
A friendly phone call to Bill Cormier might yield a break in the case.
I explained to him simply, they weren't necessarily in trouble. I was trying to locate Sean, a friend of theirs. He indicated that Sean had not moved to Georgia with either of his sons. He hadn't seen them or heard from them in several months. Upon ending the conversation, I realized that something was very, very wrong.
But he doesn't know what. Sean has been missing for 6 weeks. Detective Harnett's final lead has just dried up. An hour later, an urgent call comes in.
Harnett. Yeah.
It's an agitated male with something to confess. Bill Cormier's called back.
He called me in a state of panic. It seemed as though he was out of breath. He explains to me that he has left the house, that his sons are in the home, and he had to leave because he was scared.
Why is Bill afraid of his own sons? Harnett needs to get to him, and fast. But he's 400 miles away.
My main objective at that point was to get local law enforcement hands-on to Bill.
Georgia investigator Ricky Banks is dispatched to Bill Cormier's home.
You're thinking about what could happen when you get there, of course. So that's kind of playing through my mind.
Out front, a panicked Bill Cormier is waiting. He says his sons have fled. But Banks asked to take a look around, just to be sure. She can't help but notice some new construction.
On the walkway, we did observe some concrete. And a shovel that was laying, several feet away from the pile of leaves.
It's not a patio or a barbecue pit. It's just concrete in the middle of the yard. Banks also finds a receipt for the purchase of 5 bags of concrete made just a few days earlier. Her boss, investigator Rachel Love, follows up on the purchase.
I went to the Home Depot, which is located in Winder.
The store has multiple cameras, inside and out. She pulls the video that corresponds with the timestamp on the receipt.
Reviewing the video surveillance of that specific date and time showed us both William and Christopher.
It's the Cormier twins. Love tracks every move of their visit.
We were able to see them retrieve items, check out as they purchased the items. Concrete, a bucket, a concrete stirrer. Then we were able to see them load the items into the car that they came in.
What the cameras see is an ordinary shopping trip. But what lies beneath the freshly laid concrete in Bill Cormier's yard is anything but. 12 days after the disappearance of Pensacola journalist Sean Dugas, an in-store video surveillance tape has caught Will and Christopher Cormier on a suspicious shopping trip.
We then ordered some equipment to be brought in to help us try to lift that concrete up. We're still anxious, but not sure of what we're going to find. As it was lifted up several feet, we could see up under the concrete there was a plastic container. We got it pulled back,
exposing a telltale odor.
It was really bad. It was definitely something decomposing. Then there was what appeared to be a body.
After the autopsy, we were able to say definitively that this was Sean Dugas.
Now, cops all over the South are on the hunt for the Cormier brothers.
I get a phone call from another police officer who has conducted a traffic stop.
When the officer looked in the car, the driver and passenger looked identical.
And I asked that they be brought to the police department.
Police show the twins the footage of their concrete purchase, and Christopher Cormier is the first to crack. He explains that he and Will knew Sean from their marathon games of Magic: The Gathering and coveted his valuable card collection. So much so that they were willing to kill for it, bludgeoning Sean to death.
What we learned was that Sean was murdered. His belongings were stolen.
He'd been dead only a few hours when Patty showed up for lunch. His body was left in his garage for a week.
He was removed from his garage, placed into a U-Haul truck. He was transported to Georgia and buried.
It was very gruesome. Sean must have endured a great deal of pain. It took my stomach away. The only conciliatory thing about it was that I have a lot of faith and I knew that he was fine now.
William Cormier is sentenced to life in prison. His twin, Christopher, gets 15 years. Had it not been for the surveillance footage, both would still be on the loose today. 2 murders in Florida. 2 deeply disturbed motives. With security cameras in the right place, investigators are able to crack both cases. Meanwhile, the cameras keep watching. A brutal sex crime in Southern California.
This guy was on a killing spree, and I didn't know it. Nobody knew it.
And time is running out.
You never know what the next moment of your life is really going to bring.
Until he strikes again.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
2,000 miles away, a missing businessman.
It's just one long nightmare.
And there's only one witness who knows the truth.
She was never on the video.
That leads police to the killer.
I'm in shock, wondering what my next step would be.
2 cases, 1 witness that never blinks and never lies. Businessman Doug Coker has been happily married to his wife Judy for 30 years. Together they live in Henry County, Georgia, 30 miles from Atlanta.
When we found each other, it was like we had found our soulmates. He was a generous, loving, caring person. He just enjoyed life and enjoyed laughing.
The morning of March 13th, 2012, is like any other day for Doug and Judy.
We both got up, got ready for work. He had an errand to run for me.
Before getting on with a busy day.
I kissed him bye. It was like any other day.
Little does Judy know, that couldn't be further from the truth. Doug and Judy are turning their considerable real estate wealth into a charitable foundation. And Doug has a meeting this morning to discuss details. Late morning, Judy calls her husband on his cell to make sure he went to the post office. But she gets no answer.
When I had not heard from him by 1 o'clock, I began to worry. This wasn't like him.
Judy calls one of Doug's close business associates.
Then I said, "Have you talked with Doug?" And he said, "No." And I said, "Well, I can't get him to answer the phone."
She calls other friends and family. They haven't heard from him either. She knows he had a meeting today about the charity, but she doesn't know where it was held.
All kind of thoughts going through my mind. I thought maybe, he was sick.
After several more hours without word, Judy's at the end of her rope.
We called the State Patrol and hospitals, asked if there had been an accident reported.
But there's still no trace of Doug Coker.
I was getting more and more worried.
This was a very close family. This was a type of family that kept in close communications at all times.
She calls Doug's nephew, Jim, and asks him to call the police.
I need to file a report on a missing person.
Okay, how long have they been missing?
They have been missing most of the day.
How old is he? Or she?
67.
Male or female?
Yes, male.
What's his date of birth and name?
His name is Doug, last name Coker.
We'll get an officer out there, okay?
Detective Brock Johnson is with the Henry County Police Department.
Officers responded to her house. They gathered the information to determine whether or not it will be a critical missing person.
This means anyone who has disappeared in unusual circumstances or has a health problem.
He had some medical conditions that were of concern. I believe an aneurysm.
An aneurysm can cause death if not treated quickly. Judy is worried that Doug has fallen ill. Is he lying sick somewhere and unable to reach his phone?
We put out a bolo in our county for him. It goes out of our radios. BOLO, be on lookout.
Doug owns and operates 40 rental properties in the area.
He would fix them up and then sell them or rent them.
Could he be trapped or sick inside one of his own buildings? Officers respond to each rental address.
They could not find any sign of him.
Doug has vanished. Even more worrying, Doug's phone is no longer working.
I just felt so afraid to think about what possibly was going to be the answer.
Hours after Doug left home, Judy's friends, also worried about Doug's ill health, help with the search.
We had tremendous support from the community. There were groups that volunteered and they were organized. They searched the area.
Every minute counts. They hunt through local woodland, roads and backcountry looking for Doug.
They started running the river, which is close by here.
We have friends with planes. They were trying to see from above if they could see his car. Maybe it had run off the road. They were not able to find any sign of it.
12 hours since Judy last saw Doug, and there is still no trace of him.
From there, the police started trying to come up with other solutions.
Police try another kind of search. They ping cell towers in the area to see which ones picked up Doug's phone on the day he disappeared. And make a discovery. Doug's cell phone was in Macon, Georgia, 57 miles from home. The cell towers show it was near a McDonald's in the center of Macon. Was Doug there? Detective Jamie Jones from the Bibb County Sheriff's Office follows up.
It was about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. The McDonald's was closed. There, the employees were cleaning up.
And there isn't anyone left to question. But then he sees a witness. 3 of them, surveillance cameras, and they cover the whole restaurant. If Doug was here, it should be on video. Can these cameras solve the mystery of Doug's disappearance? Coming up, when a young mother is murdered, police are in a desperate race to find the killer, and only security cameras can help them before he strikes again. Police are on the hunt for missing businessman Doug Coker. It's been a day and a half, and Doug's wife Judy is terrified.
Your mind just never stops, and you're thinking continually, and you don't know really night from day. It's just one long nightmare.
Cell tower records show his phone was near a McDonald's in Macon, Georgia. It's the last trace of him since. Detective Jamie Jones pulls the restaurant's security video. He starts the video at 9:30 a.m., eyes trained on the door into the restaurant. He watches for anyone who looks like Doug. At 11:02, 92 minutes into the video, he spots him.
Mr. Coker. You get a little more excited. It is a missing person.
Now to search for any clue as to Mr. Coker's disappearance. This is the last known image of Doug Coker. Police wonder, who called Doug? And do they know where he is? They review the footage again to note the time of the call. It's at 11:04 a.m. The call lasts 3 minutes and 20 seconds. The next step is for police to subpoena Doug's phone records to figure out who called. While they're waiting, they try to find out more about the meeting Doug skipped out on. It seems Doug was scheduled to have a meeting with a woman named Pamela Moss. She's an expert in securing grants for charitable projects. She's been working with Doug for 6 months on one project in particular.
She started talking with him about the homes that he owned and rented out and turn it into a nonprofit organization that sold these houses to underprivileged people. Mr. Coker was very kind-hearted and he wanted to give back.
He's already put $85,000 into the project. Judy hasn't met Pam, but knows that Doug thinks highly of her.
This lady, extremely nice, soft-spoken, she goes to Bible study all the time.
We were really wanting to get in touch with Miss Moss.
When the subpoenaed phone records arrive, police cross-reference the time of the call from the surveillance video to his cell phone records. It belongs to Pamela Moss. Police need to speak to her, and she agrees to meet with a detective in a coffee shop.
He began just to ask her basic questions about where Mr. Coker was, if they met.
When he came to the McDonald's, were you already there?
No, I was late.
Did you meet him inside the restaurant?
No, he was coming out.
Pamela explains she called to say she was running late and got to the parking lot as Doug was leaving McDonald's with his cup of coffee. They spoke briefly before parting company. It's a last sighting, but police are no closer to finding Doug. Doug Coker has been missing for 4 days. With no new leads, police want to go over more details with Pam. If the call was about her running late, what was Doug writing down?
You wasn't answering her phone. You start looking harder, trying to find clues or answers to questions and so forth of trying to find her.
But she's gone missing. Police search for any friends or family who know where she could be.
They find that she has a sister.
A half-sister named Carolyn.
The police had called me and just wanted to talk with Pam, but I told myself, well, I haven't seen Pam. But I talk with her every day, sometimes several times a day.
Now she appears to be gone without a trace. Police now have 2 missing persons, Doug Coker and his charity partner, Pamela Moss. Are they together, or has their business deal gone sour? Detective Jones checks out her address.
She was not at home.
Just as he's about to leave, something catches his eye.
The receipt, for some reason, had blown out into the grass.
The receipt is a Kroger receipt, and Kroger is a local chain for grocery stores.
And on the receipt is dated the time that she was in the store.
12:45 p.m. on March 14th, the day after Doug's disappearance. What could it mean? The detective is sure of one thing. A large store like Kroger uses surveillance technology. Maybe the store video will shed some light on this increasingly strange case.
The best time to get surveillance videos is as quick as you find out they may exist, because oftentimes they are quickly taped over.
Detectives pull up the footage from the first camera a few minutes before the timestamp on the receipt. And there she is. The camera captures Pamela Moss walking into the store with a shopping cart.
The surveillance footage at the Kroger grocery store shows a time frame of where she was and what all she bought.
There are several cameras throughout the store. They will show Detective Jones exactly what Pamela Moss was buying.
She bought chicken salad and some small Tupperware containers.
In other words, a very ordinary store run. This doesn't look like someone who has run away with Doug Coker. Police see if they can spot Doug too. He's not there. It's not much of a lead until police notice what she buys next.
She purchases a couple bottles of bleach, and she also purchases some of the yellow gloves that people use to clean with.
This isn't sinister, but with Doug Coker missing and now Pamela Moss vanished, Detective Jones is on high alert for even the smallest clues.
Of course, the Clorox bottles being cleaning products, wanting to hide something or clean up.
Thanks to the surveillance video, he has 2 time points for Pamela Moss. When she called Doug Coker at McDonald's, and when she is at Kroger. But what was she doing in between? Pamela has more questions to answer. Detective Jones heads to her home. When he gets there, it's plunged in darkness. Up next, detectives in California track down a cold-hearted killer from clues found on security cameras. Doug Coker has been missing for 5 days. Police used surveillance video to place him at a McDonald's. He hasn't been seen since. Now, his business associate Pamela Moss has also gone missing. But Detective Jones has a bad feeling about it and returns to her house to investigate.
All the lights were out. I shined my flashlight in there. We're talking 11:30 at night. You're wondering about your own safety. Very scary. I approached the house, shining my light to see if I could see her in there. Could not see or find anything. Went around the back of the house and could smell a strong, foul odor.
Any policeman knows what that smell means. It's a dead body. He's found Doug Coker.
I knew it was him from clothing description, so I'm in shock.
He needs backup, and now.
Mrs. Jones, I need backup.
Officers arrive quickly, ready to enter the building, when suddenly there is movement in the house.
The light would come on upstairs, and then go off, and then one would come on downstairs.
Guns drawn, they approach the house cautiously. As they get closer, a new smell hits them.
You could smell it, real strong odor coming around from windows and the doors.
The smell is the thick stench of natural gas.
It was burning my eyes. You could actually hear it running through the fireplace.
There's no one home. But officers do notice something strange. The living room lights are fixed to timers. It's a crude attempt at sabotage.
She wanted the light to come on and ignite the gas that she had left on inside the house to burn the house down.
If the gas was to blow the house up, it meant Pamela Moss wanted to destroy the evidence. So what else is she trying to hide?
Today's Monday, March 19th, 2012. We're here to serve a search warrant. It's in reference to a murder investigation. quick look up under it revealed what we believe may be blood stains in the carpet, large area stain here.
And they find the same cleaning products Pam was seen buying on the tape.
Over here on the counter, a bottle of Clorox Ultimate Clear bleach sitting out on the counter.
And the murder weapon. Police officers head to the Coker house to let Judy know the search for her husband has come to a terrible end.
It wasn't over, it was like only beginning as far as all of the heartbreak and devastation that you feel when you lose someone like that.
Meanwhile, Detective Jones gets a call from the local hospital. Pamela Moss has been admitted after attempting suicide. Police arrest her. She pleads insanity, but it's all an act. It was a scam all along. She knew Doug Coker was a wealthy local businessman, and her plan was to defraud him.
He realized that she had lied about everything that she had proposed to do.
Fearing Doug was onto her, Pamela Moss called him at the McDonald's and arranged for him to come to her home.
Sister, I have no idea.
Mr. Coker was struck in the back of the head 3 times.
When police arrest her, they discover she used to be called Pamela Fry and had murdered her mother for the inheritance. Pamela Moss was a serial scammer and now a serial killer.
I think that the only appropriate sentence for her is that she never be allowed into society again.
I don't want her to ever be free again.
Pamela Moss is sentenced to life in prison without parole. Cameras have brought justice to Doug Coker's family. Meanwhile, 2,000 miles away, video is rolling on the fringes of another crime. Oxnard, Southern California. Detective Mike Young is getting ready for work.
You first.
I received a call about 6 in the morning.
When the phone rings this early, it's never good news.
Hello?
A woman's been found murdered, and Young has been assigned to lead the investigation.
She was only partially clothed. Her pants and shoes and sweater had been removed. Her shirt was pulled up partially over her breasts. Her panties were pulled down. In the first few minutes, and you're looking at the crime scene, you get a real good feel for potentially what happened, especially in a case like this.
As soon as detectives were on scene, they immediately had suspicions that this was a sexual assault.
It also appears she was strangled with some sort of ligature. As investigators begin processing the scene for evidence, Detective Young discovers the possible murder weapon.
There was a piece of gauze that was tied to the chain link fence.
It had been twisted up and looked like it had broken.
And it's stained in blood. What it means, investigators have no idea, but hopefully it contains some lead on the killer.
In my opinion, at that point, it had to be someone who was a sexual deviant and who obviously had some serious sexual or anger issues.
I often think about how terrified the victim may have been in her last moments.
But before detectives can go searching for the killer, they need to figure out who the victim is.
She had no identification on her.
As her hands are sealed to preserve forensic evidence, Detective Young notices a possible clue.
She had what appeared to be a real recent laceration on her right hand that had some stitches in it.
Which means she's had a recent trip to the emergency room.
So I contacted the local hospitals.
And one of them thinks they know who the victim is. A 23-year-old woman who came in a few nights earlier. Lorena Gonzalez. Now, Detective Young must notify her family.
That's the worst part of the job.
I heard a knock at the door. As I went to go to the front door, I saw 2 detectives there. And the first thing my mom said was, what'd she do now? Just because in her younger years she was in trouble with the police.
Asked her, if her daughter was Lorena, and she said that she was, and I told her that her daughter had been found deceased this morning.
No.
She just started crying hysterically, saying, no, it's not, this isn't real. She just kept saying, my baby.
It was one of the few notifications that I don't think I'll ever forget. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about how it was terrible. You really, really, really felt for her mom.
There's nothing you could say. It's just, what am I gonna say? Just, tomorrow's gonna be a better day. It's gonna be easy. It's not.
To make matters worse, Lorena was a single mom to 2 young girls.
My mom kept saying, the kids. She didn't care anything else. She just wanted to be there for them because even though she lost a daughter, they lost their mother, who was supposed to raise them, guide them, and show them life lessons to help them out.
Being a father myself, it's hard to fathom.
Detective Young learns that Lorena had got into trouble with the law as a teenager. But she'd worked hard to get her life back on track when it was all cut brutally short.
So there's that part of this story that I think really drove us as a unit to try and find out who was responsible for this.
Young asks the family if she had any enemies or a jealous ex, but nothing comes up. He tries to piece together her last known movements.
Identifying who she was with the previous night would be extremely helpful. They're going to be an extremely critical witness who may have either witnessed a crime or provide us with information as to who the victim was with or saw or left with right before their death.
When was the last time?
Young asks family members if any of them knew where Lorena had been.
We conducted an interview with Lorena's niece. She informed us the previous night Lorena was over at the Snooki's bar on South Oxnard Boulevard.
Snooki's is basically a strip joint where they have exotic dancers in the evening hours.
Lorena had heard they were hiring wait staff and thought it would be a good way to bring in some extra cash.
She had applied for a job there, so she was spending some time there. She was having some cocktails there.
Detective Young follows up with a visit to Snooki's. And before he even sets foot inside, he finds a potential clue. There's a witness who might have seen the victim in the hours before she was killed. Lorena Gonzalez has been found murdered in an alley in Oxnard, California, just hours after visiting a strip club called Snooki's. Detective Mike Young questions the manager, and he confirms she was there. He explains she was in the bar, chatting with a regular named Jeremy Livre. Detective Young would now like to put a face to the name. Young asks the manager to check the bar's surveillance cameras to see if they reveal the face of Lorena's companion. But there's bad news.
Because of the limited storage capacity, he made it a habit of deleting all the video in the morning from the previous night.
Everything that the camera saw the night before has already been wiped clean. It is a huge blow to the investigation.
It's extremely frustrating.
Now he's got nothing, and the clock is ticking.
It was a genuine worry because it's been my experience that people who have sexual deviant behavior oftentimes are repetitive offenders.
Desperate to help, the manager tries to retrieve the wiped video. It doesn't work. But then he does find something else that can help.
He found some still images from 2 nights prior, which had actually recorded one of the people that he thought Lorena had been with.
The still frame shows a man entering Snooki's. It is Jeremy Livre.
He said that he believed that the individual lived in the Gateway apartment complex adjacent to the bar. The fact that he was known to be with her in the hours that led up to her death certainly made him a person of interest at a minimum.
Detective Young investigates.
As I was walking from the bar, a person who closely resembled the person in the picture was actually standing out in front of the apartment complex.
It is Jeremy, and he readily admits to being at the bar with Lorena the night before.
He said that he was trying to teach her how to play pool, and he was having some beers with her.
Jeremy says another man was with them, and that the 3 of them left the bar, went to a liquor store, then back to Jeremy's apartment, where they'd partied till after midnight.
The guy didn't have a place to stay, and Jeremy had invited him to spend the night at his apartment.
But Jeremy says both the man and Lorena left before 1 a.m. Detective Young needs to verify Jeremy's story. Is he lying to cover his own tracks? First stop, the liquor store.
We collected video from the liquor store that's adjacent to the bar.
He looks through hours of footage, but the images are poor. Eventually, he sees Lorena.
She was in and out of the liquor store that's adjacent to the bar a couple of times.
And Jeremy.
There was video surveillance, I believe, of Jeremy inside the store.
At 10:30 p.m., he finally sees what he's looking for. Lorena and Jeremy, together. She buys some candy. He buys some beer. If there is a third man with them, he doesn't appear on camera. Does Jeremy have something more to hide? Young heads for Jeremy's apartment building and spots something that could help in the investigation. More surveillance cameras. He asks the manager to pull the video.
Sometimes it's extremely helpful, but then you always fear that the recording device wasn't working, or it's an old tape system and that you can't make it out.
This time he's in luck. And Detective Young soon learns that Jeremy's been telling the truth.
So we're able to see that Jeremy, Lorena, and the unknown male, all 3 come into the apartment complex together.
There is a mystery man, but it's hard to make out his face.
The quality of the video was okay. I don't think that it was good enough to where if you looked at it and then you looked at a picture of the person, you could definitively say that that's him.
But he is wearing a distinctive camouflage outfit. Just before midnight, he, Lorena, and Jeremy head into the apartment. "20 minutes later, he steps out.
The unknown male actually went down to the laundry room area of the apartment complex.
Then he does something really odd. Using what looks like a broom handle to wedge the door. But why? It looks like he's trying to keep it open so he can get back in the building.
This door was equipped with an alarm type device that would alert if the door was left open for any period of time. So we're drawing the conclusion that the alarm actually was audible and went off, so he didn't keep the door open.
Suspicious indeed. The man then returns to the apartment until 12:46, when Jeremy says the party ended.
The unknown male and Lorena are recorded walking out of the apartment complex together. There's nothing too telling about their body language other than the fact that it appears that Lorena left the apartment with the unknown male voluntarily.
It's surreal. You look at the video and you see a young woman who has no clue that minutes from that moment, she'll be fighting for her life and will die.
It's a very powerful image and it makes you realize that you never know what the next moment of your life is really going to bring.
It's my belief that she was killed shortly after that video was recorded.
Investigators suspect the man in the camouflage jacket is a sexual predator and cold-blooded killer. Will they catch him before he goes hunting again? Surveillance footage has given Detective Mike Young a glimpse into Lorena Gonzalez's last night alive.
So now we knew where she was at 12:45 in the morning. What we didn't know was where she was from 12:45 in the morning until 5:30 in the morning when we were called.
All they have is a picture of an unknown man on a surveillance camera.
We didn't know who he was, but we had images of him.
And they know what happened to Lorena next. Sexually assaulted and strangled to death.
Strangulation by ligature is relatively rare, and law enforcement always takes notice of that.
Young goes looking for any crimes with the same MO. And he's in luck, with a man arrested a few hours after Lorena's body was discovered.
While he had been in the holding facility in the booking area of the Ventura County Jail, he had actually attempted to strangle another inmate with his shoelaces.
He became enraged and decided he had to kill.
The fact that he had attempted to strangle somebody in the jail, he certainly became a person of interest.
His name is Daniel Martinez.
In the booking photograph, he happened to be wearing the same jacket that the person that Lorena left the apartment complex with was wearing.
Not only had he tried to strangle his cellmate, he had attacked a man in the street with a bottle just hours after Lorena was murdered.
It was, just out of the Twilight Zone. When you put it all together and you realize, wow, this guy was on a killing spree. And I didn't know it. Nobody knew it.
Young is eager to see what the suspect has to say for himself.
What happened? Honestly, what happened? I don't remember.
He started out initially lying, denying that he was with anyone. We got to the point that he actually admitted to having left the apartment complex with Lorena. I told him that I knew something happened in the alleyway. I asked him what happened.
What happened? Tell me. How'd it make you feel? How did it make you feel? Anything? How do you feel now? You feel nothing?
He had removed the gauze, that recent laceration on her hand, had put that around her neck, and then, as he said, he finished the job.
It's disturbing, and it's tragic. She didn't have to die.
Daniel Martinez confesses to the murder of Lorena Gonzalez. He had a history of drug use and was high on methamphetamine when he killed Lorena. He is sentenced to life in prison without parole.
Knowing what he did, there's an enormous sense of relief. You're relieved that you can be able to tell the family that you've got the person that took their loved one away from them.
One person will never be out to hurt anybody else.
Now, Lorena's little brother, Lorenzo Gonzalez, is the full legal guardian of his sister's children.
I believe there's goodness that comes out of anything. I just look at my nieces and see how my family came together to try and be the best family that we can for them.
Investigators 2,000 miles apart stopped killers in their tracks, thanks to the power of surveillance video.
Having video surveillance in this case was crucial to us.
If you have video on a crime, there's a very good chance you'll solve it.
Surveillance video is very, very, very powerful evidence. It's gold.
Meanwhile, the cameras keep watching.